guys, I know it was a little late for Wednesday's episode, but I did have a really good excuse. I was at Comic-Con. So today's Halloween episode, I'm actually putting it out today because I know I didn't put out one for Saturday and I didn't put out one for Wednesday. So I do apologize to you guys, but I do hope that you guys really did enjoy the Comic-Con. I hope you got the chance to like really experience it with me because I had such a blast. And I'm actually going to be doing some follow-up episodes. Just give me some time, please. Just give me some time. And I will have follow-up episodes giving you reviews on all the great books that I got the chance to buy, kind of just roam around. But let's get started with my Halloween episode. So for this episode, it's not going to be another ghost story, even though creepily enough I have plenty. I wanted to actually talk about the time when I've actually wanted to talk about the fact that I've never gone trick-or-treating. I've only gone trick-or-treating once in my entire life. And anyone who's from New York, you guys will relate. Anyone who's not from New York, let's learn something. So basically where I grew up, it was a very rough neighborhood, you know, gunshots kind of thing outside, couldn't really go to the park all the time, that kind of thing. However, during Halloween time, I wasn't allowed to actually go trick-or-treating because there would actually be people up on the rooftops throwing eggs or glass bottles. Even if you were a kid, they would still throw it. And I remember walking with my mom, hearing glass breaking behind us, or seeing eggs being thrown around. You know, sometimes it was teenagers, sometimes it was like young adults, but the fact that I was a kid, it didn't stop them from doing it. So the closest thing I did was, I think it was like in the second grade, was because my mom is the queen of makeup. I mean, she could recreate your face like you did plastic surgery, and all it is just some artwork. I'm serious. She's very, very serious about her makeup skills. She's also probably one of the most creative people that I've ever met in my entire life. Because she just creates things that out of nowhere. And then people wonder why I'm so quirky, right? But I was going to school in the second grade, and they had a Halloween parade where all we had to do was actually walk around the school block, which wasn't even really the full school block. It was like walking from the front and then going to the side, showing off our costumes. I was a vampire, and let me tell you, my makeup was so on point. I terrified the children because they thought I was a real vampire. I was so proud of myself, just running around terrorizing any kid that looked like they would flinch. Like, I was thrilled about it. And because my mom only got me to be girly for Halloween once. That's when I was 1. Okay, I was a cheerleader. It never happened again. So, because when I was 3, I was a witch. So, you know, I remember very much about that. But during that parade, the reason why I'm telling you about the parade is that I do remember seeing people who seemed to have thought it was cute to throw glass bottles and eggs at kids on the Halloween parade. Mind you, I'm only in the second grade. So now that you have an idea of my neighborhood, my mom felt very bad when I was young. I remember this still to this day, very, very crystal clear. I think I was either 2.5 or I was turning 3. And I remember the fact that my mom had a lot of like different wigs, you know, like the cosplay wigs that I wear. I'm just mentioning these little notes so when she questions me why I dress weird or I do quirky, weird things, I just want her to know where it's coming from. Just saying. But because of the kind of neighborhood that I was living in, I really actually couldn't go trick-or-treating. I remember running around the house and her feeling bad that I couldn't actually do trick-or-treating. So what she did is, because in the old New York City apartments, you know, the ceilings were high, they were like very beautiful, just not always in the best neighborhoods. So in each room of the house was a different costume, which was a different person. So basically what would happen is she gave me my little trick-or-treating bag, right? So I'm running around. And I had to go find her in the house. So I didn't know where she was, of course, so I would just literally knock on every single door. So I'd get to the bathroom and I would knock on there, trick or treat! Waiting for the candy. And if she was behind the door, she would open it up and be like, oh, Mom, that's such a great costume. I mean, she would put on such a theatrical performance, just to convince. She'd have like her wigs, her hair was all crazy, and she'd be like, well, I'm Tina Turner. You know, like she had different costumes. She had this Tina Turner wig, that's why I'm saying that. And she would do that for like every door. And if I was ever at the wrong door, she would like peek her head out and be like, psst, psst, over here. So, she would do that, and I just realized my mic is not on my camera. Hold on one second. Comic Con! Get it? Because I was Star Trek. It's like, con. Give me a minute. Back! Okay, so I'm sure I'll sound a little different now, but that's okay. You still love me. You do. So if she realized that I didn't know where she was, she would just like make a bunch of noise like over here. She would do that all the time until I would realize like, oh, she's in the bedroom, you know, and then I would run over and knock on the door, and she would have a different costume on, different shirt, different hair, the whole nine. And I remember this so I remember a lot of things when I was young. It scares people. But I remember running around the house collecting my candy that I don't really recall ever eating, because whenever I had candy, it would just disappear like I didn't know. But yeah, but I always look so fondly on that because I was never able to actually go trick-or-treating because it was also too dangerous, you know. And also my mom, you know, she comes from the era of, you know, when little Timmy had candy with razor blades in it, so she would always check the candy. You know, my grandmother would check her candy. This was something that's, you know, she's from a specific generation, and unfortunately in the neighborhood that we were in, she still felt the need to always check these things. So she always checked the candy. She made sure I did the trick-or-treating in the house. She would try her best to allow me to really experience Halloween on such a high level that not everyone shares my enthusiasm for Halloween. So being that my birthday's right around the corner, and like she likes to remind me every year that apparently I was supposed to be born on Halloween and I made her wait a few days, whatever, she was still the bigger baby. Yeah, I said it. So, but yeah, so she made sure that Halloween was always like a big thrilling experience, and I always had like Halloween birthday parties. I mean, I'm talking about bats everywhere. She would hand make every single decoration in that house. And when I say that my mother could put Macy's to shame when it comes to decorating, I'm not saying it because I'm her kid. I'm saying it because people would want to pay her for her hand decorations. But again, back to the same thing where, and because of my neighborhood, I couldn't go trick-or-treating. So years down the line, I'm in the 7th grade now, my little cousins are going trick-or-treating. And I remember kind of just looking over at them going, wow, they actually get to like go trick-or-treating. Like, it was, for me, it was such like, oh, that's so amazing. I've never been, but there's a reason why I've never been. So my mom looked at me, and I think she realized I kind of wanted to go trick-or-treating, but I also knew that I was too big, so I kind of didn't want to go. I was kind of like in this in-between stage, but I was like, well, I guess I just won't go. I didn't really care for going with them. So what my mom did, so I could finally get an official trick-or-treating experience besides her, which for the record, I'm sure she probably didn't realize it, that I remembered so much about what she used to do for me for Halloween, that was my real Halloween experience. Because regardless of what happens in the story that I'm about to tell you, no one gave me their candy the way my mother did it so theatrically. I kid you not. So I'm in the 7th grade, and she hand makes my costume. I was gonna be a scarecrow, but she made me into a cute scarecrow because she's always trying to make me into cute things for Halloween, even though Halloween's about scary stuff. Pointing it out. Just pointing that out. What she did is that she made me into a scarecrow, but she made my entire costume out of overalls and yarn. People loved my costume so much for what she made, and after she finished my makeup, the whole 9 yards, I'm not sure if she has any pictures, which would be rare, but she might not have many pictures of me in the costume, but she did such a beautiful job of creating my costume. just so I can officially go trick-or-treating, that a homeless man actually went into his cup and gave her some money for the costume. He gave me the money. Like, that's incredible. I've never seen anything handmade like that. Like, my mom could make a lot of money if she wanted to make cosplay costumes, and I'm not kidding. She could open a business like that. So those are my experiences of actually going to get to go trick-or-treating. So technically, I've only really gone trick-or-treating once. But for me, I'll always count the moment when my mom decided to provide the trick-or-treating experience for me in the house. And I do greatly appreciate that, Mom, because for me, it actually brought Halloween to life. Wait till I tell you guys about Christmas. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy that story. Please do tell me what you did for Halloween. Are you in one of those safe neighborhoods that trick-or-treating was okay? Because when I finally got to go trick-or-treating, we went to stores, because that's kind of what you do in New York now. You don't go to houses really. But yeah, tell me what you did growing up, or if you were in a bad neighborhood like mine, you couldn't go trick-or-treating. Like, your version of trick-or-treating was like watching a tape in the house. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please tell me more about your Halloween experiences, and then on Saturday there'll be another Halloween episode as well. I have plenty of spooky stories to share. This is the moment where I'm supposed to do like the Tales from the Crypt kind of laugh, but I'm not really good at it.